Welcome back to Breakthrough Fitness NOLA. For those of you new to this channel, I'm Adam the Trainer. In today's video, we're going to talk about should you eat pre-workout meals or post-workout meals, or should you eat both? And what should you eat when you choose to eat in either one or both of those time frames? To answer that question very simply, in my opinion, what I tell my clients, they should eat pre-workout as well as post. And they both have different goals. So for the first part, I tell them to eat pre-workout meals. Why do I tell them to do that? Depending upon when you had your last meal, your blood sugar levels are probably already low. Now for those of you out there who like to do the intermittent fasting and they like to increase the time that they're not eating so they could possibly burn more fat, I'll address that in a later video. But for those of you who are just getting started with an exercise program, I want you to eat pre-workout. Number one is going to increase your blood sugar stores, as I mentioned earlier. You need carbohydrates as the number one fuel to deal with exercise intensity, and it's readily available rapidly. Okay, that's number one. Carbs is getting a bad rap. Carbohydrates, I should say, is getting a bad rap because everybody is doing a keto diet of some sort in some type of variety. But carbohydrates are very, very important. They're used for energy and they're also muscle sparing. And what that means is when you're doing the activity, the exercise, your body is breaking down. The carbohydrates will help stop that muscle from being broken down so much. Very important. Number two, you need to hydrate. We need H2O. We need that hydration. Hydration is very, very important. And I addressed that in my video that the link is going to come above. Drink up, please. It's very important for you to drink enough hydration, enough fluid, so it helps the heart pump the blood throughout the body without it having to work so hard. And in activity, especially intense exercise, your heart rate will rise, your blood pressure will rise, and that will increase the work that the heart has to do to pump that blood throughout the body so you could do the activity. But if you have enough hydration on board, the body won't have to work as hard to get the oxygen in the blood and the nutrients out to those hungry muscles that are doing the work. Therefore, you will be able to not just exercise a lot easier starting out, but you'll be able to exercise a lot harder for a lot longer. The next thing you should have in your pre-workout meal is some protein. Protein is very, very important to the body. Once the body breaks that protein down, it breaks it down to the very simplest molecular compound, which is called amino acids. Amino acids is the building blocks of protein. Meaning, if we're working out hard, we're breaking our muscles down, breaking everything down, your body needs amino acids to utilize to help repair that muscle from the activity that we're doing. That's very, very, very important. Now, how long should you eat pre-workout before you work out? I would recommend at least 30 minutes before. 30 minutes before activity. I just had a client today. She just started out at Breakthrough Fitness NOLA. We love to have her, but that's one of my main motivations for doing this video. She ate literally on the way to the studio, trying to rush the food down. Then we get into the exercise program or the activity that we're doing for today, and she kind of had a little bit of bad experience, a little dizziness, and just feeling like that food just stuck in her chest. And you don't want to have that feeling when we're doing activity. So please, you at home, before any exercise program, try to eat at least 30 minutes before to give that body time to digest that food. And if you're if you drinking your fluids, as I asked you to get plenty of fluids before you exercise, all of that will be washed down. The water will help make that food better able to digest, and it's going to be readily available before your activity. Now, what should you eat pre-workout? Okay, you want to have foods that are very simple to digest. A lot of my clients, they may have a fruit, which is fine, but I would like them to pair with a protein of some sort. Maybe like they could take that fruit and make it into a smoothie. Add some protein powder to the smoothie, and there you go. You have a very simple pre-digested meal that you could drink. It has its carbohydrates in there. It has the vitamins and minerals in there. And we also have the protein in there for the amino acids that needs to be readily available for the hungry muscles that'll be doing the work, doing the activity. And we also have the hydration in there. So if you mix it with water, make your smoothie with water, that's fine. If you make your smoothie with some type of milk or plant-based milk product, that still counts as hydration because it's liquid. But let's say you don't want to do a smoothie. Let's say you want to say, okay, I'll just have some cereal or something, or a piece of toast with some peanut butter. That's fine too, but if you take those sources, you need to really make sure you eat it at least 30 minutes before, because it takes time for your body to digest it. And if you're doing jumping jacks, squat jumps, lunge jumps, cardiovascular work where it's bouncing up and down in your stomach, you want to try to have those foods digested so it won't feel like you're about to have them come up the other end. And nobody wants that, okay? We just want the fuel readily available for the activity. All right, so let's move on to post-workout. All right, post-workout is very important that you eat very soon after you work out, especially if it's an intense workout. Once again, hydration is going to show up in this area as well because of the activity and the exercise. Depending upon how long you've been exercising for, your body probably will be dehydrated. Okay, so it's very important for you to get that hydration in post-workout. I know some of y'all drink during the workouts, and there's all kind of drinks out there. We have electrolyte replacement drinks, which is like Gatorade, Powerade, and all those different brands. Coconut water, all of those things is full of hydration. Coconut water is really starting to be the #1 source for when people is dehydrated that I recommend them getting, because it rehydrates the body very quickly without all the added sugars and the colors and dyes. So just keep that in mind. This is a little sidebar. Okay, but first, hydrate, rehydrate. Second, we need to have a post-workout meal that has carbohydrates in it. It's going to show up here as well from the pre to the post, because we need to refuel those glycogen stores, which is in the muscle, because we use those glycogen stores to do all the heavy lifting, all the running, sprinting, sit-ups, stretching, flexibility. We have to replenish the carbohydrates, which will become glycogen in the muscle, to quickly start the recovery process post-workout. Another thing that's going to show up again is protein. Protein is very, very important post-workout. Okay, for those of you who be like, well, am I eating enough protein or I'm not eating enough protein? I'll make another video to tell you exactly how you can calculate how much approximately protein you should be getting in a 24-hour period. But I don't really touch on that too hard, because I know if you're eating multiple balanced meals and snacks throughout the day, you're covered with your protein intake. You meeting it. But protein in the form of protein shakes is fine. Making another smoothie post-workout is fine. All of that will make sure you have enough vitamins, minerals, carbohydrates, and protein in your body post-workout. I have to lean away from the healthy fats pre and post-workout, because fat slows the digestion process down, and I want these foods to be digested fast pre-workout as well as post, so it can get to those hungry muscles that needs the energy to do the work pre-workout and to recover from the worst in your post-workout meals. So what should you eat post-workout? As I mentioned, We can have smoothies, but if you feel like you don't want a smoothie, believe it or not, chocolate milk is a very valuable source in post-workout recovery because it do have the added sugar in there, which is true, but it also has healthy protein and just a little bit of fat. So just keep in mind, when your children outside playing or your kids playing basketball, football, or whatever, post-workout, a glass of chocolate milk could be everything you need, and it's a real simple fix. But then as time moves on, post-workout meals should be consumed at least 30 minutes to an hour post-workout. Now once we get further beyond that 30 minutes to an hour mark, let's say 2 hours later, then you want to have a post-workout meal that's going to encompass, your chicken breast, your rice, your vegetables, or if you're doing a keto, you don't have the rice, you don't have the whole grain pasta, you just have the chicken breast and vegetables. Or for a well-balanced meal that I recommend to all my clients at Breakthrough Fitness NOLA, they'll have the good healthy carbohydrates, which could be whole grain rice, quinoa, whole grain pasta, the protein source, chicken breast, turkey breast, lean ground meat if you have red meat in your diet, fish, poultry, and for those of you that's vegetarian or vegan, you got your beans and nuts in that area, and then your vegetable source that encompasses all your vitamins and minerals, as well as the fiber to help push all that food through your system so it could be digested fully and excreted from the body in a shorter period of time, because you don't want to have that food just sitting in your body. You want it to get in, get digested, and get out, because that's a later video. Food that just sit in your gut area is this manifestation of disease, chronic disease, and that is what we're trying to battle. So we're at the end of the video. I hope this answered all of your questions about should you eat pre or post or both. And once again, my opinion is you should eat pre-workout meals and post. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm Adam the Trainer, and until next time, keep breaking through.